from a vehicle storage lot in an undisclosed location. Here's another episode of the Traditional Roman Catholic.
Hi there and Merry Christmas. It's Sunday within the octave of Christmas. Just got back from Our Lady of the Peripheries, Latin Mass in Exile. So a big shout out to all of Our Lady of the Peripheries and St. Margaret's of Scotland and St. Mary's, the people who left from there to form Our Lady of Peripheries, and St. Anne's. And a big shout out to Tim and Wendy, who are watching all the way from Portugal. So yeah, Hank Igitur here at the Traditional Roman Catholic. We've got viewers as far away as Portugal. Well, that's not really true. I actually just saw him yesterday at St. Anne's, but he lives in Portugal now, so that's like being a viewer in Portugal. Anyway, it's the end of the year, and what do you do when you really aren't motivated enough to do an entire show? That's right. You do an end-of-year compilation and expect the viewers to appreciate all the work you put into it, which you really didn't put into. But anyway, I've got all these scraps, these bits and pieces from things I filmed during the year that never really quite went anywhere. And guess what? I'm going to put those together for you, and it might be okay. We'll see. But before we get into that, you've probably heard all the stuff coming in, the dubia to the Motu proprio, and we're even hearing rumors now that guys in Rome might be invoking a particular line in canon law to suppress online Catholic personalities who are bad-mouthing this whole process. So I've seen articles where they've mentioned big-ticket guys like Raymond Arroyo or maybe Taylor Marshall, guys like that, getting in trouble, getting clobbered, the hammer coming down, and telling them to knock it off, cease and desist, or else. So we here at the Traditional Roman Catholic are subject to that same thing, and so here's the strategy that I'm going to have to avoid getting hammered by Rome on that. My plan is to keep the viewership really, really low so that we do not come to Rome's attention. And so far, I want to thank all the viewers out there. You are doing a marvelous job at keeping the numbers down. So yeah, do not spread the word. Do not share this. Don't let many people see it or anything. If we can keep those views down to like 40, 50 per video, and the number of subscribers like a couple hundred or something, just low. Keep them low. I think we'll be okay. Okay, now on to the bits and pieces. In the week right before Christmas, the Igitur family, Mrs. Igitur and the Igitur canines were all camping out in the mountains. We filmed a bunch of stuff. Most of it was not worth seeing because one of the things I found out that Mrs. Igitur pointed out is when you're doing the camera on the stick and you're walking, it's visually interesting because the background is changing, but the fact that you yourself are puffing and wheezing and gasping for air while you're doing it, it kind of detracts. So anyway, though, there are some bits and pieces here, segment filmed when I was walking my dogs. Well, guess what Bergoglio in Rome and the henchmen working for him just did again. That's right. Traditional Catholics are going to need one of these because they just took another dump on us. Hank Igitur coming to you from the wilderness. We've got the RV out camping, so sometimes the Traditional Roman Catholic actually does roam. And it's, like I said, it's the weekend before Christmas. We're enjoying ourselves, but we did expect the other shoe to drop from Rome, and it certainly did. So this morning I'm taking the Igitur pack of dogs out on a walk, and as we're contemplating things, well, dealing with traditional Catholics must be really tough for the guys in Rome, and for traditional Catholics dealing with people in Rome, well, I think my dogs would tell you they understand this. In fact, I'm not that interesting at all, but the dogs have some important observations that they would like to offer on the motu proprio and perhaps how we should deal with it. And there's the first one. Notice what the Pomeranian is doing here. This is kind of his opinion of this Traditionis Custodes motu proprio. Now here's an important segment. How should we deal with these orders coming in from Rome? These cruel, unnecessary orders that may not even be all that legit. Well, see if you can catch the subtleties of this particular little allegory. Well, that's the end of this episode from the wilderness. And that's enough of that. Another one, the Synod on Synodality. When that started up, there was an opening mass that some bishops were having. And of course, we had the whole Pachamama dancers thing going in there because that's what you do with synodality. Synodal. It's a tough word. Anyway, here's this bit with commentary. Okay, here we go. There's the guy with the feather. Feather guy's doing the feather guy thing. That's very Catholic, very, very liturgical. That's just, at the time of the apostles, they did the exact same thing with feathers in the first century. We have frescoes to indicate that we had feather guys at the beginning of Mass in the first century. Yep. And here's the end of the Mass, and we have the dancers. Okay, liturgical dancing, of course, is weird no matter how you do it. When you do it like this, it just seems extra weird. Yep, that looks Catholic to me, but it certainly is synodal. Okay, well, there is compilation, some ranting, some ravings. We have started a new series, which you may have noticed, TC 101. It is the re-education camp for Catholics of a traditional bent who are being forced back into a Novus Ordo parish. They have to be re-indoctrinated, re-educated. And so rather than being forced into the Vatican II gulag system, you can take this course online and get credit for re-indoctrination. So the first episode is out. The second episode is in the works. And it's an animated series, so it's both appealing yet informative. And here's just a quick clip from the second episode where we're talking about reconciliation. What we've called for centuries, of course, confession, and now they call it reconciliation. Okay, here's the clip. It's short.
If you feel the occasional need to talk about some way in which you might have fallen short in your care of the environment or suddenly realize that you're way too rigid, just come on by the Reconciliation Room. I'm there every Saturday afternoon between 3:30 and 3:45.
A whole 15 minutes once a week? Impressive.
Right. So, anyway, that is pretty much the end of the year summary. We're going to be doing some Hank Igitur stuff in the year to come, but thank you very much, all you loyal supporters, several dozen of you. Pretty good. And again, let's keep those numbers down so that I don't get a spanking from Rome. And blessings on you and yours in the new year. And we will be seeing you around the electromagnetic forum that is online Catholic Cranky Trad commentary. See ya.